visits Dr. Doolittle.
Ladies, come in. How nice.
The man who talks to animals.
Cats love parties, especially the refreshments. And since cats need plenty of protein, I serve 9 Lives moist cat food. It has extra protein. Well, more than 10 victuals. Well, that's why we switched to 9 Lives.
9 Lives moist, with extra protein for your cat.
And her friends. And you want to know who your cat's friends are. Lovely party.
Bill and Ernie, now at 4:30.
Morning, Michael.
Morning. Seen the newspapers this morning?
Nope, I don't read anything until afternoon.
DA Mike Carr's dropped out of the race for re-election.
Yeah?
Yeah. Want some coffee?
Sure. Oh, what do you know? It works.
It worked too well on Davy Oaks.
Look, there you go again. It's not our fault that Davy was so susceptible. And I don't like the fact that he blew up the way he did any more than you do, and we sure as hell don't need him seeing a psychiatrist. Look, just mellow out. He's one of hundreds of people. Don't be so negative. If you want things to start happening for you, you gotta believe in it, or they won't.
You're in a positive mood this morning?
Yeah, Jody's back. Boy, she was sure shredding the dance floor in here last night. What a dish.
We have company.
Doctoral.
I don't need any more doctors.
You want me to stick around for a while, Dr. Corral?
No. That won't be necessary. Please, we'll be fine. You just stay away from me. I won't touch you. I've just come to talk.
Go ahead. Why don't I have lunch with Derek? I've got no reason to care, do I?
No reason.
Make sure you learn all you can about Uninet from me.
I'm further along in the Investigator's men. You older than you are, and I just lost your place.
You lost my place, huh? Well, good. Because I want to take that test as soon as I can't find my place.
And what are you going to do while I go woo Derek?
What I'm going to do is find out everything I can about international systems integration specialists. I'm going to call all the business contacts I have who owe me favors. And a lot of people owe me favors.
Does any of them owe you money?
I am not going begging.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Pampers. America's mothers trust their babies to Pampers dryness. And by new Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener, now with more fabric softener freshness.
A few years ago, I was building my kids a backyard sandbox. Today, I'm heading the committee to build our neighborhood playground. Now that's a change for the better. Back then, I had to buy separate detergents and fabric softeners to clean and soften my laundry. Today, Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener is all I buy. Now that's better. Oh, I had my doubts one product could clean, soften, and control static cling. Not anymore. As long as Bold 3 cleans like this, let them have fun. But I know, can it really soften? No doubt about it. And I'm not easy to please. It's got just the right amount of freshness, too. And let me tell you, static clings, under control. All that from one product.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Hold it. I hear a baby crying. It's coming from that camper. Looks like little Lucy needs help.
She's soaked through.
Bargain diapers without gathers can gap and leak. You need a diaper with gathers. Pampers with Stay Dry gathers. Look, bargain diapers without gathers can gap and leak. But Pampers Stay Dry gathers help keep your baby drier on the outside. And that's not all. Pampers has the cushion quilted lining, so it stays drier next to your baby's skin.
That's wetness protection, right down to her toes.
Yep, fitted Pampers help protect baby's skin against wetness right down to her toes. As they say, you get what you pay for.
Hi. Detective Egan, isn't it?
You have a good memory.
Well, you're hard to forget. I've seen you in here a few times since we last spoke officially. You were hanging out with Dr. Kavanaugh and the police chief. Mallory's his name, isn't it? It was kind of weird because I couldn't tell which one of them you were with.
Are you
kept
about
going
finished?
back and forth. Sorry, I ramble sometimes.
I understand the video disco isn't your only enterprise in Monticello, Robbie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Investors Cable TV. You didn't mention that last time we talked.
You didn't ask. All you wanted to know about was stolen equipment and the kid that attacked the car.
All right, well, I want to know more now.
Like what?
Like 3 months ago, you began supplying service to bars, restaurants, a few hotels like the Monticello Arms, even coin-operated TVs at the airport.
That's right. And now we're branching out into the private sectors. You know, condos, apartment buildings, single-family dwellings, that type of
When
thing.
you say we, who are you talking about?
In the Investors Alliance, the same folks that own this place. You remember I gave you a list of names when we first met?
All respectable businessmen, yes, I do remember. Who was it that formed the Investors Alliance?
Well, I'm afraid that's none of your business. Look, we're just setting up a cable system. Everybody's doing it these days. What's a crime?
How do you expect to make any money when you offer the first 3 months of service free, plus you guarantee 24-hour emergency repairs?
Oh, I see you've been talking to some of our satisfied customers.
Answer the question.
Look, it's just an incentive to set up as many homes with a cable system as fast as possible. Once they see how great our cable system is, they'll be happy to pay the monthly fee. That's when all the big bucks will start rolling in.
Is that all there is to it?
Well, that's what I'm in it for. The bucks. Excuse me, Ms. Egan.
I am a very good attorney, Dr. Corral, with a growing law practice. And I had to fight a lot harder than most people because I'm a woman and because I'm black. But I did fight, and I made something of myself, something that I can be proud of.
Why do you think people are after you, Dee Dee?
Obviously, they're very jealous of my success. I wouldn't have felt that way before, but I do feel that way now, and that includes Calvin and Cliff.
I can understand Cliff being jealous of you if you're a better lawyer than he is. But why Calvin?
I'm not sure. I've tried and tried to come up with an answer to that question. I make more money than he does now. And I wouldn't have thought that would have mattered to him, but I guess it does. I am doing better in my career than he is. That is not a good enough reason.
Good enough reason for what?
To join...
To join whom?
To join a group of people, of very jealous people, who are determined to ruin the very career and the life that I have worked so hard to build up for myself.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not?
I could be one of them, too.
Oh. I just want you to know that it hasn't worked, that's all. I can still think logically. So you pass that on along, Dr. Corral. that Dee Dee is just fine. And that she will fight you with every ounce of strength that she has left. You tell them that, Dr. Carell. Because I know that you're one of them.
Yeah.
You want to see me?
There you are. I was trying to reach you all day yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was busy running around.
Making up for the time you spent at Fair River, huh?
Partly, yes.
Well, I'm sorry. I guess I'm responsible for that, huh?
No. I was glad to do it.
Look, I was just looking through Chris's report. She won't admit it, but she did quite a job with that obstructive chief of police up there, didn't she?
Yeah, she was terrific.
Look, Miles, don't be offended by this, but it's something that's been bothering me for a while, and I think we have to have a little talk about it.
All right.
I have enjoyed our evenings together. You, me, and Chris. We've had a lot of laughs.
Yes, we have.
The three of us, but you must have realized that Chris and I are growing closer.
Derek,
I just don't want you to feel hurt or left out if Chris and I spend a little bit more time together on our own.
Are you sure that's what Chris wants?
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, Derek, but your secretary said you couldn't be disturbed, even though I told her we had a lunch date. Hello, Miles.
Raven.
And I kept waiting and waiting and kept getting hungrier and hungrier, so either you come right now or I eat by myself.
Excuse me, Miles. I think we'll continue this discussion later.
Anytime you like.
I decided to test Heinz ketchup myself to see why more folks choose it. And you know what happened? Heinz didn't run. Then I tasted Heinz, because to me that's proof. One taste, and I knew which ketchup I liked best.
Unbeatably thick, rich Heinz is America's 3-to-1 choice over any other single ketchup. Taste it for yourself.
No contest.
Heinz, America's favorite for thick, rich ketchup.
There's more for your dollar right now at Sears' 97th anniversary sale. Like interior latex paint, now half price. And try this on for size. Classic corduroy women's blazers, just $24.99. And walk off with some special purchases. Men's genuine leather dress shoes, just $29.99. And these automatic blankets, a comfortable $19.99. And there's more. Hundreds of values you won't want to miss, 'cause there's more for your life. On sale this week.
At Sears. Is this okay?
This will be fine, thank you.
I'll be right back.
Sorry we couldn't go to someplace a little fancier.
So am I.
I'm afraid I just can't spare the time.
Not even for me.
You know, though, I've never known anyone quite like you.
That's because there is no one quite like me.
Thank goodness. I don't know if this world could handle more than one Raven.
You're absolutely right.
All right. I have found out the information that you requested about the van.
Who the registered owner is?
Against my better judgment, I called the impounding lot. I got the license plate number. I ran it through motor
Derek,
vehicles.
you're wonderful. Who?
Stan Hathaway's van is registered to Stan Hathaway.
Stan Hathaway.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's it. So if you want to forego the formality of lunch...
Lunch is never a formality. It is always a necessity. And you were the one who called me and asked me out, and you could have told me that on the telephone.
Well, that's true, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm really glad we had a chance to just sit here and chat again.
And then chat again? Okay.
I know this was a strange request, but Jane would thank you for meeting me here.
Marty told me about your partner. She had a nervous breakdown or something?
Or something.
Well, how is she?
Well, she's getting better. That's what they tell me.
I'm good, I'm glad.
I told Mary Jane that you wanted to ask her about her job and how many weeks she worked at ISIS and, you know, things like that. I realize I have no right to pry into your personal life, but your answers might be able to help, Dean.
Oh, I don't mind. I just don't see how it can help.
You work for a company called FlexiShield, right?
Not for long.
How long?
I was only there about 2 weeks.
Well, why did you quit?
You really want to hear about all of this?
Well, actually, I feel that what you went through is exactly what Dee Dee went through.
Well, I don't see how it could be connected, but I'll tell you everything I know. I just
feel so silly talking about it now.
Well, you didn't feel silly when it was happening to you, did you?
No, I was terrified.
Hello.
Oh, hello, darling. You're late.
Well, I went to a copy service to have copies of Sort of Love made, and then I went to the post office, got envelopes.
I take it that means you found some publishers who'll read your book?
3.
Oh.
Through contacts I made in the paper. And 7 out of a reference book in the library. I'm going to send them the manuscripts over the transom, as it were.
Over the transom?
Unsolicited. If they read it, I'll be lucky.
I'm sure you'll find a publisher who'll buy it, probably several.
Well, how do you know? You haven't even read it.
I have a confession to make. I've sat up with it for the past 2 nights while you were fast asleep.
What?
Finished it about 1 this morning.
Well, why didn't you tell me you wanted to read it instead of sneaking around the house in the middle of the night?
Confession number 2. If I didn't like it and you asked me to read it, I could plead overwork as the reason I couldn't.
Very devious.
That's what happens when you deal with criminals all the time. I suppose some of it rubs off.
Yeah, I suppose. All right, now that you've confessed, don't leave me hanging. What did you think of it?
Didn't I say?
No.
A little too much kissing, maybe, and not enough sword fights, but all in all, I think it's very good indeed.
Oh, you do? Oh, honey, oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, you don't know how I... Too much kissing?
A little.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's never enough kissing.
I'm beginning to agree.
At first, you know, I thought it was because I was new at the company. Everyone was sort of just checking me out. But after a while, I started to feel really antsy. I mean, people weren't just casually watching. They were spying on me. So by the time Marty walked down the hall with his rose, I was ready to scream.
And so she screamed at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, after that, I couldn't stand it anymore, and I just quit.
Well, what did you do after you left Plexus Shield?
I went to work for the gas company.
Well, did you feel that people were spying on you there?
Yes.
What? At the gas company?
Yeah, at first. After a while, the feeling began to fade away. Then I realized that Marty had probably only been trying to be helpful, so I called him up to apologize. And then...
And then, as they say, the rest is history. So I see. So the bottom line is that your fear started to disappear when you left the ISIS building.
That's right.
I don't blame you, Mary Jane. The ISIS building is a very scary place.
Well, thank you.
Why?
I didn't think it'd be possible, but you had made me laugh twice this week.
I'm having a good time, too.
All right, now look, tell me. Are you in Sky serious about continuing your detecting? Great.
Hey, we helped you catch Stan Hathaway.
Hey, look, why did you want to know about Hathaway's van anyway? Come on. I suppose I should just resign myself to the fact that you two are serious about your private detecting.
Yes, you better. You know, if I ever needed you, like, for some information for a case or something, could I go to you?
Couldn't give you anything sensitive.
Oh, I know. Just, you know, general information.
I suppose that wouldn't hurt.
Good. How about right now?
Now?
Tell me everything you know about Uninet.
What makes an Olympic star? Natural ability, a will to win, hard work, and training. Takes money, too. That's where we can all help through the Women's Day Olympic Fund supported by Procter & Gamble. Coupons for these leading brands will be in papers starting September 18th. For each one redeemed, Procter & Gamble gives 10 cents to the fund. So save money and turn your dimes into Olympic gold.
Scope presents The Way It Was.
Mama, mouthwash tastes like medicine.
Oh, baby, if it didn't, it wouldn't work.
Alex believed it. Today, he still does.
Hey, Big Al. If you're going dancing, try Scope. It's minty. Tastes good.
Then it doesn't fight bad breath.
Hey, Scope works. Don't let the good taste fool you.
Cool, tingly.
Fresh breath that laughs.
Mama won't believe it.
Mama!
Scope works. Don't let the good taste fool you.
You're late.
A day late.
Isn't this Tuesday?
The dinner party was last night.
Why not join us for leftovers? Cold fried chicken.
I'll refry it.
Won't it taste greasy?
Not with Crisco oil.
Looks crispy. Mmm, delicious, not greasy. And I missed this last night? Yeah, this and Diane. Your date?
Crisco oil for fried foods that taste great, not greasy.
And one of the publishers, Wilton, is right here in Monticello.
Wouldn't you rather have one of the big publishers in New York?
Oh, they're big enough. They had 2 fiction books on the bestseller list last year.
Whoever publishes it, I'm sure it'll be a bestseller. Ah. Come in. Hello, Mike. Oh, Derek.
Derek,
Oh,
hello,
Nancy.
how are you?
I'm glad you're here. Maybe you can help me talk some sense into this guy.
I can try.
Mike, your decision to drop out of the race is final?
Yes, it wasn't my decision alone.
Oh, well, that I didn't know. I still think it's terrible. And this idea of putting Marshall Cross into the race, I think, is a disaster.
I've tried to convince him to run as an independent.
I really don't see much hope.
Geraldine Saxon is willing to back it.
Well, hey, where there's money, there's hope. And you know, if you run as an independent, you can count on support from the chief of police and from most of the men in my department.
Thanks, Derek. I'll consider it.
Boy, did I get the lowdown on Uninet. Derek said that they found out that it's owned by some big company called Ultimax. I'm getting all confused by these companies. And they're this big conglomerate, and they...
I know what the Ultimax Group is,
You do?
and I think I can end some of your confusion.
Maybe what's wrong?
I spent all day on the telephone talking to business contacts. I made a lot of international calls. We're going to have a whopping phone bill, but it'll be worth it.
So what'd you find out?
It may interest you to know that the Ultimax Group owns International Systems Integration Specialists.
Wonderful, that's the link we've been looking for.
That's not all we have. I also know the name of the owner of the Ultimax Group.
You do?
Yeah. She's one of the richest women in the world. Her name is Alicia Van Dyne. And I know her, Raven. At least, I used to.
Delicious. Look what happens when Swift wraps the finest white meat chicken around the most delectable fillings in the world. You get the Swift International Entree, an incredibly delicious Swift International Entree dinner. Swift wraps fine white meat chicken around the world's most delicious fillings. So all you need is an oven, 30 minutes, and a taste for finer things. The Swift International Entree. Something this good shouldn't be so easy.
Glowworm is huggable, snuggable, lovable, your child's good night friend. Glowworm, glowworm, your child's good night friend. Where you going, Jan?
To bed.
With who?
Glowworm.
Oh, squeezing time on good night.
Good night. Love you, Glowworm.
Good night, Glowworm.
Your child's good night friend.
And it's machine washable. Glowworm from Hasbro.
On Ryan's Hope, Bill and Siobhan's romance heats up.
If we don't stop now, there's going to be trouble.
Siobhan, let's go inside.
Ryan's Hope, weekdays.
Derek, I have some information from Calvin. He's on his way to the hospital to try and see Dee Dee, and he asked me to pass it on to you.
All right. Since we get that taken care of, then you and I can have a talk.
Calvin talked with the pilot of the helicopter that lifted Hathaway from the roof of WMON.
And?
The pilot is exactly what you expected. It's a gypsy with a chopper and not much else. He says that Mayhew rented the helicopter by telephone. And the pilot was paid to wait for a phone call.
Ah, that was the phone call that he made from Geraldine's office.
Right. Then he was to pick up Hathaway from the roof. That's about all he knows. The lab is checking to see if Hathaway's harness was tampered with. You want me to hold the pilot on suspicion?
Yeah, you better. At least until I have a chance to talk to you. Is that it now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now listen. I had a little talk with Miles this afternoon.
Oh, Derek.
I just wanted him to know that, well, that you and I were going to be spending more time together, just the two of us, and that he shouldn't feel hurt if we didn't invite him everywhere we go.
What did he say?
Well, actually, it surprised me a little bit. He, a little defensive. He asked me if that was what you wanted.
Anything else?
That is what you want, isn't it? Excuse me, yes. Oh, all right, ask him to come in. Sorry, it's a preacher. Yeah. Hey, Lady Kung Fu, you kick any butts lately?
Don't tempt me.
All right, come on, preacher, what do you want?
Listen, I'm thinking of busting into the video disco storeroom tonight. Now, do I need one of those search warrants or something? I mean, come on, now that I'm one of the boys, she's one of the girls dressed in blue, I watch my step, right?
Yeah, well, I better go call Judge Collins.
Preacher, look, let me give you a little piece of warning. We don't really have anything on Hammond or the video disco. So you just may walk into that room and find nothing but wet mops. But if Hamlin did steal that equipment, if he did coerce Davy Oakes into attacking my car, then don't you let him find you there. Or you may never walk out again.
Next to my big kitty, I adore the big taste of chocolate in this little Hershey's Kiss. Quiet, Woodrow.
For the big taste you can't resist, it's the big taste of chocolate in a little Hershey's Kiss.
Next to my big friend, I love the big taste of chocolate in this little Hershey's Kiss.
Hershey's Kisses, the little kiss with the big taste.
Since 1977, tuna fish is up 36%.
Holy mackerel.
Swiss cheese, 36%. Well, that's on the mark. Peanut butter, 97%.
Oh, nuts.
Today, when it costs a small fortune just to make a small sandwich, you need Ziploc sandwich bags. With their unique seal, Ziploc bags are a zip to lock, and they stay locked. So sandwiches stay fresher and neater. Chicken salads up 37%.
That's despicable.
Ziploc sandwich bags. There's no better way to protect your investment.
Tonight, wedding bells are ringing for the season premiere of Benson. Then it's the little guy who's going to steal your heart, the premiere of Webster. And on Lottery, a friendly poker game ends up with a $3 million pot. Then, a mysterious murder pits Matt Houston against the mob. It's a fantastic night, starting at 8/7 Central and Mountain.
Tonight, could changing what you eat help prevent cancer? Some scientists say yes.
We think diet is as important as smoking.
What foods do these researchers believe might help you beat the odds?
The banners fly and spirits are high. Why? I'm Mara Walensky. I'll tell you.
And the best and the worst dressers around. Coming up today on Eyewitness News at 4:30. See you then.
On September 29th, the best musical ever will become the longest-running Broadway musical ever. A chorus line. Call Telechart 239-6200.
Touchdown! The first half's almost over. We're starved. Yeah.
Rough game. I made pork chops.
Oh, great.
I brought stovetop stuffing. Tony likes potatoes. I bet he'll love stovetop. It's made especially for pork. If he does, I'll watch the rest of the game. You got it.
Love this stuffing.
Stovetop really makes a pork chop special. Have fun watching the game. Thanks.
Serve stovetop stuffing for pork and watch it disappear.
Announcing the Jell-O Instant Winner Game.
Hey, everybody, look what Samantha won. A television system. Baby King stuff. Masters of the Universe. Where'd you get him, Sam? In a box of Jell-O.
Right. Inside special boxes of Jell-O brand gelatin are game cards with chances to win one of 150,000 prizes from Mattel Toys and Mattel Electronics, including 25 grand prizes like Samantha's. Look for this Jell-O gelatin display.
I'm glad you're my best friend, Samantha.
If you're looking for brand names at prices that are low every day, look at Target. Products you trust, prices you can afford. You can depend on Target.
Listen to the radio station that listens to you.
LA Today premieres Monday at 3:30. Sunday. From Bogey to Selleck, the stars are back with more great goofs and an all-new Life's Most Embarrassing Moments. Then Brian Keith is one adorable ex-judge.
Does anybody like you?
I hope not.
I think he's cute.
The Honorable Milton C. Hardcastle.
Got you lock that man up. Letting him run loose is a big mistake.
An ex-judge and an ex-con. Hardcastle and McCormick. Following Life's Most Embarrassing Moments Sunday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Is Signal really mintier than the leading mint mouthwash?
Signal if you feel it. Signal if you feel more mint. Signal if it gives your mouth an icy shiver. Signal if it makes your tongue and taste buds quiver.
More icy, mouth-tingling mint for breath that's more refreshed. That's Signal.
Signal if you feel it. Signal if you feel more mint.
On Ryan's Home. It's a 48-hour tour. You're going to have to sleep at the estate. Bill and Siobhan on a hot assignment. As they take the plunge, their dreams come true. But danger from a past love could destroy their happiness.
If we don't stop now, there's going to be trouble.
Look, I know you still love Joe. What's happening here between us is something real. Siobhan, let's go inside. Now.
The romance heats up on Ryan's Home. Weekdays,